Hello everybody, my name is Chris and welcome to a brand new movie review. This one is for Evil Dead Rise. Now I like this franchise very much. It's wacky, it has lots and lots of blood and absolutely mayhem from start to finish. Now everyone can watch Evil Dead Rise. Beyond its lore, it's not interconnected with any of the other films. Rise is not an issue whether you like it because the film rocks. And I think it will appeal to casual fans and fans of the franchise. But I think what degree you enjoy it, I think largely depends on your history with the franchise and your personal taste. Now, a quick synopsis of the film. Now, Evil Dead Rise put a spin on the traditional Evil Dead setup because this one takes place in an apartment building. Alyssa Sutherland, Ellie, lives there with her three kids. Bridget, Danny, and Kassie, played by Gabrielle Echols, Davies, Nell Fisher, respectively. One day, Ellie's sister Beth, who's played by Sullivan, comes for a visit, and that's when the Necronomicon surfaces and turns Ellie into a deadite. Essentially, sparks maximum violence, blood, and total chaos. Now, this is the first Evil Day to never take place at a cabin, and I think that was an interesting creative decision, and I think it was smart because I think it turned out well. And also I was very caught off guard by this movie's sense of humor. Now with Sam Raimi's original trilogy, you have the campy and some slapstick humor, but with the trailers for Evil Dead Rise may look way more with Federal Advertise 2013 Evil Dead, which is not funny and it's mean and terrifying, and I like that tone and take on the franchise. So I was excited to see director Cronin's take on this, and there have been like a blend of these tones. It definitely leads as Federal is more violent and serious, as take a foundation, but he's also mixing some of Raimi's goofiness. It's very interesting when a new filmmaker starts the claiming a beloved franchise. You want them at the very least to understand the law, the ethos, the have the respect for the franchise and understand what makes the franchise great. Director Cronin definitely understands Evil Dead and discovers all the trademark that you would want in an Evil Dead film. The Necronomicon, the shaky POV cam, shaky deadlights, and fun, lots, plenty of blood and gore. And the big thing, I think that for some people, you're going to hear that maybe the film takes a alarm to get going, but let me tell you, once the film gets going, there's some really great kills and gore here. Now we all know the cheese grater and the elevator sequence from the trailers, and that's really like a homage to the wood sequence in 2013. It was very metal. And this film easily has the most disturbing of a manifestation of evil in the whole franchise. Without spoilers, the trailer in itself is incredible. That's where the film really feels like it's the scale, where it's taking control of itself and it's doing its own thing. And the way the Necronomicons are discovering and awakening is very interesting. The plot and setting feel very fresh and modern. There's kind of this interesting backdrop of urban decay with the apartment setting, and director Cronin just having a ton of fun behind the camera. I like some of the shots that he makes. Sometimes I was like, is this really beneficial in terms of the narrative, or they're just trying to lower the cost here? Now there's a a scene shot to the people of the door that is very inspiring, lots of practical effects, but at the same time it definitely doesn't feel quite as organic as the original trilogy of 2013 at times. Though the lights could look very polished in a way that I didn't love, and sometimes the VFX are noticeable, where I was like, would they be able to use particular effects here, or just made it more seamless? Now, in terms of the performance, Alyssa Sutherland's, she's a revelation in this film. I mean, what a great face for horror, and her physical performance here is astonishing. Just her Daylight has this twisted sense of humor, but she's throughout creepy and just really leaving everything on the film performance. The kids are played, like I said before, by Morgan Davies, who is the first openly trans male actor in a mainstream horror film. Nell Fisher and Gabrielle, they're all fine, but the standouts are definitely Alyssa Sutherland and Lily Sullivan, who plays her sister Beth. And what a great casting for them as sisters. They really look alike. So great job on the casting department. Now let's move to some of my issues with the film. Now, I think my biggest issue here is that I don't think the director Cronin was able to have these two different tones like work in harmony with each other in a way that sometimes prevented me to be fully immersive. I'm really curious to see people's thoughts on this. I found the humor sometimes could undermine the scare, and the scary attitude sometimes made the humor feel out of place, and I also thought that it was a bit negative and theme disjointed, especially with the theme about family and motherhood, and I think they kind of barely come to fruition. And some of the other characters I particularly didn't care for. Now, even though the movie is a lot of fun and there's so much to love here, just from the production design alone, and the gore and the kills, and just seeing another Evil Dead film. I wish Cronin had gone a little more of the beating path, because it feels like a combination of Raimi's and Everett's tone, and I like the idea, but I feel that sometimes it gets a little bit stuck there. But like I said, the third act, he nailed it. Overall, it's a really great film and a fun to watch, especially it's one that you must watch in a theater, just for the horror experience alone. With a packed theater, you're going to have a fantastic time watching the film. And I think some interesting new elements and modern and fresh take on this really elevates the movie a lot for me. So thank you for Warner Brothers and Puerto Rican Critics Association for inviting me to the screening. That's my review for Evil Dead Rise. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.